Of course, you know, Swansea have been in the top flight before. There was football before the Premier League, of course.
Well, I played there,
and you did play there, the Vetch, indeed. Alan Curtis, Leighton James, and all that.
That was a good team.
But whilst Swansea are getting 90 million quid pumped into them, at the other end of Welsh football is a tale like Barry Town, who've been put up for sale by their chairman, Stuart Lovering, for an initial payment of about £125,000. A statement on the club website said that without the sale, the first team would not continue playing in the Welsh League. And this is 10 years on from when Barry Town famously beat FC Porto in European competition. Jason Pawlin is from the Barry Town Supporters Club and joins us on the line. Afternoon, Jason.
Hello there. Good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Jason, how are you, sir? This is an extraordinary tale of Barry Town and this fall from grace. As I mentioned, 10 years since you beat Porto in the UEFA Cup. Why has the club disintegrated so quickly since that time?
Oh, well, we beat Porto, as you said, 3-1, famously at Jenner Park, 2001, and we basically overspent. We had a couple of forays in Europe after that, 2002, 2003. Alvin might be interested to know that Ian Bishop actually played for us in the Champions League in 2002, so I think, Ian Bishop beats him in terms of Champions League appearances.
That's going to stick in your craw, Alvin, doesn't it? Eh? Goodness. But anyway, yeah. So over-investment.
Yeah, it was basically every year was hoping for the big payoff for Europe, and we had a fantastic run in 1996 in the UEFA Cup. We ended up playing like 6 fixtures, and we played Aberdeen at Pittodrie, which was a big game. We brought them back to Jenner Park in front of 6,500 people, all seated. Should have ended 3-3. Should have ended 3-2, sorry, they robbed us with an offside goal, but there we go. And it was just overspending. It was just a case of the European Cups were basically our FA Cup. We're no longer allowed to play in the FA Cup. So our glory was always going to be the European Cups. Unfortunately, that always came pre-season. They were always played in July and August. And it was always a big gamble to try and get into one of these European Cups, have a bit of glory, and have a big wodge of spending money for the following season. Unfortunately, we never really quite got the sides.
All right. So I mean, why should the greater football universe be, you know, concerned at the state of Barry Town? What I mean, you've spoken to me before, say it's a scandal. What is the scandal, without getting too litigious here, but what is the problem with Barry Town, and why should football be worried?
It's going to be pulled out of the Welsh League. Simple as that. If the current owner can't find a buyer for the whole thing, he stated, so I'm not making this up, this is on the official website, barrytownfc.com. If a buyer isn't found, he'll be removing the current senior team out of the Welsh League, and we'll be playing at some other level, I don't know what. And we're 99 years old. It's our centenary season next season. We actually started football the same time that Swansea Town at the time were playing in the Southern League. 1913, 1914 was our first season. We were actually formed in 1912. What a big difference between the two. 90 million down there, and we need 125,000 just to survive.
Mm. It's not really, I mean, in football terms, it's not a lot, is it, Jason? It's a paltry figure. There must be somebody out there.
I mean, what we're struggling to do at the moment, we've got basically for our size, a major investor on board already that's willing to stump up half the money. He's got somebody else on board that's willing to stump up another like 20,000, I think. Hope I'm not misquoting him there. So we're about £40,000 short of actually getting a consortium together to buy the club. Now, 40,000. When you consider the amount, 99-year-old club going, you know.
Is there a possibility if anyone invested as well, Jason, that they could, you know, that they could make some monny even? You know, I mean, what are your crowds?
Well,
what's the potential of Barry Town?
I mean, obviously the crowds are pretty pitiful now. Now we also got relegated from the Welsh Premier League. I mean, we were getting 400-500 crowd a week, and obviously that would go up to 2,500 all seated if we got into Europe or what have you. But the potential is that because of the European money, you get to Europe. I know there's a bunch of Welsh Premier sides in Europe, obviously again this season, and good luck to them. I hope they get a good draw and they get good money from it. every year, even though we got relegated out of the Welsh Premier League, we're still in the Welsh Cup. Now, technically, that still leads to European glory through the UEFA Cup or whatever it is nowadays. So the potential is always still there to make money. The fans will come back when there's something decent to watch. The players, and I gotta mention the players that we've got for the last 2 seasons have been superb. They're basically playing for us for nothing, because there is no money there at all. I think the owner pumps in something like £15,000 a year just to keep the team in existence.
All right,
if we don't get a buyer, the fans themselves will have to fork out that money to run the club themselves. And I think that's wrong, but it's what we have to do. Otherwise, if we don't get that money, he said publicly on his own website he's going to remove the team from the Welsh League. And that cripples me, because we've got so many passionate fans still, very knowledgeable about the club. And I think we've given so much to Welsh football and football in general. You know, Derek Tapscott came through us and went to Arsenal. They still owe us a friendly, by the way. They paid us £2,500 for Derek Tapscott and a friendly. We never got the friendly. So Arsenal, if you're out there, please come.
You got a website that people can get in touch with if they want to try and support what you're trying to do?
Yeah, sure. We're just literally supporters, so everything's a bit of a potch at the moment. This has only been going on a fortnight. So what we've put together so far is Barrytown Supporters, all one word, .yolasite, which is YOLASITE.com.
All right,
but we can also be found on Twitter at Barrytown SC and at Stand Up for Barry. And if you use the hashtag Save Barrytown FC, you'll find us there as well.
All right, Jason, great to speak to you. Thanks for coming on this afternoon. Jason Pawlin from the Barrytown Supporters Club. Just shows you the chasm between clubs in the same country. Swansea, in the land of milk and honey. Barry, scratching around with tuppence halfpenny.
Connor Stebbins got offered a contract for £250,000 a week. And he's mulling it over.
Yeah, at least give half to Barry. Let's update you from St Mary's. Second half of the under-21 friendly. Here's talkSPORT's John Anderson.
5 minutes to go. England still leading by 2 goals to 0.